Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. But if this is my first time meeting you, my name is Kimia. Thank you so much for joining me today for my second poosh video. I did a video like this close to a year ago and I decided I would do another one. Let's do a part 2. Let's try out some more recipes. Poosh is Kourtney Kardashian's lifestyle blog, and there's tons of really easy and healthy recipes from chefs on there, which I like to get inspiration from, but I'm always too lazy to actually make them. So I figured I'm gonna do a breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert like I did in my previous video to test out some new recipes. So if you guys wanna see how they turn out, hopefully they all turn out well, then keep on watching this video. Okay, so for the first recipe, I will be doing a no-bake protein bar. First, you need half a cup of almond or coconut flour. Okay. Then you need 2 tablespoons of monk sugar. Now I need 1 cup of tahini. Just give me a minute. I'm gonna mix it first because usually you have to mix tahini, so it's easier to just do this. I love tahini. I like to eat it with carrots or just like raw vegetables, and I also love to make like salad dressing with it. It's basically just like, it's a liquid version of sesames. Okay, so I'm gonna do 1 cup of that. This is gonna be a really good recipe because regular protein bars have so much sugar and like random ingredients that you don't even know. That's why I really wanted to try this one, just because it's freezer friendly and you can make it once and then set it for the rest of your week. Then you need 1/3 cup of keto maple syrup or monk fruit maple syrup. I don't have either, so I'm gonna use organic blue agave syrup. And I'm gonna do 1/3 cup of that. Finally, you need 3 to 4 tablespoons of chocolate chips or cacao nibs. I went with the cacao nib route because I'm like, if we're making this as healthy as possible, I would assume cacao nibs are healthier than normal chocolate chips. So I did 2, 3, I'm gonna do 4. The recipe also says you can add maca, but I don't have any. Please don't come at me in the comments. I couldn't find any in any grocery store near me, and it also says optional, so I'm choosing to opt out of it because I could not find it. Yum. You're supposed to put it in an 8x8 pan. I don't have that, so I'm just gonna put it in the serving dish and hope for the best. This is what it looks like. It's moving. I'm gonna put this in the fridge for 30 minutes and then I'll take it out. Obviously. That is now in the fridge and I will lick the spatula. I'm gonna take a spatula and take a piece out. It's pretty much gooey. It does feel like, it feels like cookie dough. So it's not gonna plate very well. I might have to put it in the fridge for a little bit longer, but it looks good. It's thick enough to eat. I'm not sure what the consistency is supposed to be. Mine turned out a little bit more gooey. I don't know if it's supposed to be dough-like, because if so, it does feel dough-like. But what's the most important is the taste. So let's try this. You know what? I really like this. It tastes so much like tahini. I love tahini. So this is delicious in my opinion because I love the strong flavor that tahini has. But if you don't like tahini, you will not like this. I might have to put this in the fridge for a little bit longer. I love the texture that the cacao nibs add. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. I thought they were gonna be more like bars. So this feels more like a dessert, but this could just be my fault in that I should maybe set it in the fridge longer. It said 30 minutes and I did set it for like 35 minutes, but it's still quite runny and it feels like dough, which I don't mind, and I love the taste of tahini, but it tastes really good. I would definitely eat this again. It's supposed to be a protein bar, so I don't know. I do like it though. It tastes really good. I'll definitely continue eating this. Okay, so for lunch, I'll be making the plant-based mac and cheese, which I am the most excited about. I've wanted to make this recipe for a long time. All you have to do beforehand is soak 1.5 cups of cashews. So I did that last night. Sometimes you crave mac and cheese, but you don't want to have the processed orangey stuff that comes in Kraft Dinner, but sometimes you also crave that, and then you're like, maybe. The recipe calls for 1 box of your choice of pasta or chickpea pasta. So I chose chickpea pasta since it has more protein than regular pasta. While I'm waiting for the water to boil, I'm gonna make the cashew sauce. You will need 1.5 cups of cashews soaked overnight. So I have just drained them and I'm spilling it out all over the counter. I will then add it to my blender. There's definitely a nicer way to do this. Now I need 2 to 3 tablespoons of lemon. Each lemon has about 2 tablespoons. So I'm gonna use 1.5 fresh lemon and I'm gonna squeeze them into there. I'm not gonna measure it because that is way too much effort. What a perfect lemon, no seeds. I'm just gonna squeeze it in there because it's way easier than measuring out tablespoons of lemon. Got some seeds in there. Oh no. Don't tell anyone. The seed's getting further in there. Eating a blended seed isn't gonna kill you, so it's okay, I'll just eat it. Oh, got more seeds in there. Come out. Come out, stop. This video will just turn into me trying to fetch the seeds out of the cashews. Oh, this one's good. No seeds. Oh, I love lemon. Then you need 3/4 cups of water. And what tastes like cheese is the nutritional yeast. This is just like the best cheesy substitute. It's kind of more nutty. I've had vegan mac and cheese before, just for fun. I'm gonna add some salt. Then you need 1/2 teaspoon of Dijon. I love Dijon. Fall in there. So annoying. Okay, I'm just gonna do this because I can't clean out the rest. Okay, and then we have your favorite, turmeric. You need 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. I'm pronouncing it properly now. I said turmeric for the longest time because that's just how I learned to say it. I was saying turmeric, but we don't know anyone named Eric here and it's called turmeric. So I'm saying it properly now, be proud. I'm gonna add a little, I do this every single time. And then we need a little bit of pepper. Finally, you need a pinch of cayenne. I'm gonna Salt Bae this. Just put it all over the counter. Put it aside because this sounds like a demon and it's hot. So I will make, yeah, this is definitely boiling. Now what does, okay, let's put some salt in the water now. Now we will add the entire box, if I could open it, of chickpea pasta to the bowl. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for that to cook. Feels like a facial. Probably not good to do that with makeup on my face and steam going into my pores, but gotta do what you gotta do. We have the stuff in the sauce. We will now blend it. First, let's do a little clean. So we have a nice canvas. Ooh, the sauce is so thick and creamy. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna pour this over. We are gonna scrape it. It smells very nutty. Doesn't smell like mac and cheese, but it looks good. It looks like the real thing. Damn, so this recipe makes a lot of sauce for one like small box of pasta. All right, it is taste test time. It's kind of spicy. Oh my God, it's so good. I love the flavor of the lemon and the spice that it has after the first bite, mixed with like the harder chickpea noodle. This one is hard to rate because the flavor of the recipe is really good and the recipe in itself is delicious and it was super easy to make, but it doesn't replace that mac and cheese that's like unhealthy, but it's it's great and it's perfect in its own healthy mac and cheese world. So you know what? I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 because it's a healthy mac and cheese and it's a delicious mac and cheese like this. This is definitely a great healthier option for macaroni and cheese, which sometimes you gotta have. I really like this. I can't stop eating it and it was really easy to do. So I think I'll be repeating this recipe in my future and I will continue to eat this right now. It is now a different day, but I'm basically wearing the same look, black top and jeans. Today I'll be making the vegan skinny pesto spaghetti squash. I'm so excited. The smell of basil is going right up my nostrils and touching my soul in a really good way. So the first step is to preheat your oven. Then you have to cut your spaghetti squash in half. So here we have a perfect spaghetti squash. These are really hard to cut. I believe this is how you do it. You do the center. Oh my god. Maybe this is easy. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Nope. Does it work my hand? Holy. How do you cut this? Please give me tips on how to do this because, oh my goodness, that was so close. Okay, do not do what I just did. This is literally the hardest thing to cut. Ow! Okay, we have a tiny bit of a cut. I've never been able to do this by myself, so bear with me. I'm sorry if this is stressing you out. Okay, this is the best that I can do. Is this how it's done? Oh, there you go. I did it. You guys, we did it. I'm definitely sweating. So it doesn't say to add anything to it and you just put it on a pan and you wait for the oven to be ready for them. For the pesto sauce, you'll need a blender. You'll need 2 cups of fresh basil. So I've already washed this and cut them from their stems. And I think it's more than 2 cups, but I think that'll be okay just because basil tastes so good. Oh, there was a lot of water in this bowl. You will need 2 cloves of garlic. I've already peeled them, pop them in there. And the recipe does say to use nutritional yeast instead of any kind of dairy product just because nutritional yeast has a lot of B12, which is good for your energy. And I'm a big fan of any kind of cheese substitute because I love cheese so much. But I feel like you can't really eat too much of it because then you have to go to the bathroom a lot and also it can break you out. So this looks like it's about half a cup of nutritional yeast. And then I'm gonna do some salt and pepper. I can do this forever. It's a bit of an arm workout. Ugh, I'm sweating again. So the recipe does say you can use either coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil. I'm just gonna use some coconut oil because I don't typically use coconut oil. And I think this is a good opportunity to make a good little dent in this. You only need 2.5 tablespoons though. So I'm gonna use this and make a tablespoon. Time to blend it. So nothing is really happening. I might have to add some water just because I'm a little scared of the blender exploding. So I'm a little concerned. Oh, there's a little bit of pesto-y texture in there. Now you know, maybe add the basil last so it's easier to blend because I think I put too many of the hard things that all kind of turn into this big mush. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more water. It looks like it moves. Hopefully it does. I'm gonna shake it a little bit, a little DIY. Oh, it looks like a beautiful green smoothie. So I'm gonna hold on to this, wait for this to cook. Perfect, so this is gonna bake for 33 minutes and in the meantime, I will just clean up a bit. Maybe it won't stand here. Okay, so my microphone died and all I did was I just scooped out the pesto filling and split it between the 2 pieces of squash. And then I just used a fork and created the little spaghetti strands with the squash. First bite. I know I just made a really cute engine sound, but this is delicious. You really taste the fresh basil in this. I'm sorry, this is so good. This for sure gets 5 out of 5 because it was so easy, it tastes so good, and I honestly want to make this again in the future without even having finished this one because it's so delicious. Like I just want to keep eating it. It's so creamy and you can top this off with some pine nuts and add a little bit of a crunch. I think it'll really balance out the really creamy basil flavor with a little bit of kind of like a nutty flavor. Oh, this is so good.
For my non-vegan friends out there, I think this would go really well with chicken. Oh, I love this. I can't stop looking at it. I cannot wait to make this no-bake key lime pie. It looks very simple and I love a simple, healthy dessert. Starting off with the crust, you'll need 1/4 cup unsweetened shredded coconut, half a cup of gluten-free steel-cut oats or walnuts. I'm going with the oats this time. And you'll also need 12 dates. So I have 2 limes here and I'm gonna zest it. I think this is the zest option. Oh, it smells so good. Do you think this is 2 teaspoons? I think it might be. For the crust, all you have to do is add all of these ingredients into a blender and then press that into a pan and put it in the freezer. So I'm gonna put the lime zest in first. Alexa, how many teaspoons does 1 lime? No. What should I ask Alexa?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, on average, 1 lime has 2 tablespoons worth of juice in it, equal to 6 teaspoons.
Alexa, how much zest does 1 lime give off?
1 medium-sized lemon yields about 1 tablespoon of zest, as well as a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice. The zest from other citrus fruits, such as limes or grapefruits, can also be substituted for lemon zest.
I mean, I asked about lime zest, but I will carefully add these ingredients into the blender. I'm spilling it all on the table. Is there a more efficient way to do this? Let me know. Let me know in the comments right now. I'm gonna use a spoon. This is a little bit dumb. And then we'll just brush this all on the floor. All right, so this is ready to get blended. This is having a hard time blending as well. It's like, hello? I might actually add some water to this as well. I always add water just to help it digest the food. What is that? What is this, a meatball? Look at what we've made. Everything just smells so good. So this could be a protein snack if you want it to be. I'll just do a DIY mix in the blender myself. We're gonna have to use our hands for this guy. Okay. And then it says you can use a spoon and your hands. You can use a loaf pan, a pie pan, lined cupcake sheets. I feel like the crust could also be a good little energy bite recipe because it has dates and oats, and usually that's like the base for a energy bite if you do put it in the freezer for a little bit just so it sets. I'm gonna pop this in the freezer while I make the filling. Now I'm gonna make the filling. You need 2 avocados. I'm gonna start by cutting them. My washed blender here, and I will just scoop out the, what a perfect avocado. It's like perfect. Like when it's dark on the outside and lighter on the inside. That means it's like so ripe, so delicious. Oh, I definitely threw in the seed. Where did it go? It doesn't have the little, the top of it. Did I put it in there? Well, I guess we'll be eating that as part of this key lime pie. Would you just look at that? 1 down, 1 more to go. I hate when this happens with the avocado and I just like try and get off the little bits. We don't want to waste it, you know? Each avocado is like $500, so. I tried to make this recipe before, but each time my avocados were like black on the inside. It's a perfect day because these ones are real ripe. Then you need 1/4 cup of fresh lime juice. I'm just gonna use the same lime that I zested earlier. That's why it looks a little different. I'm gonna use the whole lime. There's like no juice in this lime. This lime is a fraud. It has no juice. I'm not gonna lie, I love eating these. Like, I can just suck on lemon and limes. I'm just gonna put them in there because this thing has no juice. I don't know why. All right, I tried my best. It was a little embarrassing, but it was the only way that I could get this in there. I'm gonna need 2 to 3 teaspoons of lime zest again. Perfect, so we have our zest set aside there. Ow, don't do that. See if this one will give us any juice. Like, what's going on? Okay, these limes are just, I don't know, are they defective? This looks like my hair when I wake up. I'm kidding. But not the video that I expected because my limes have no juice in them. It is time to take out the key lime pie from the freezer. It has been 3 hours. It says to let it sit for 3 to 4 hours, and look at that. It doesn't even tilt over, so it's perfect. I'm gonna take out one slice. So excited. It feels like ice cream the way it cuts through. We'll get a little bit of crust and some of the key lime pie. It's so good. I'm just shocked. You know what this is missing? Lime juice. I just taste a little more avocado, and I think if I had the amount of lime juice that I needed, this would be so perfect. It's so good. I love this texture. This is such a good spring and summer dessert idea. It's healthy. It feels like ice cream. It's very creamy. Oh, I love this. 5 out of 5. I would honestly make all of these recipes again. I loved the protein snack that I made first. I ate the whole thing. I love this. This is so good. I'm so gonna make this again. I also really like the pesto squash. The mac and cheese was so delicious when I first made it, and the sauce was fresh and the pasta was fresh. But when I ate it as leftovers, it was almost too heavy, and the pasta would change because it would cook again in a way. So I don't know if that's my own issue, but all in all of the recipes are so worth a try. That is it for this Poosh recipes video part 2. I hope you had as much fun watching as I did making the recipes. I will link everything down below, and if you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is itskimia, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Until next time, I will see you in my next video, hopefully. Bye everyone.